I would submit that this case is probably the most difficult and shocking case that this county in St. Johns County has dealt with.
Aiden Fucci, a 14-year-old teenager from St. Johns County, Florida, became the center of a chilling murder case in 2021 that captivated the nation. His victim was 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey, a vibrant and promising young girl beloved by her family, friends, and community. Tristyn was a dedicated cheerleader and student at Patriot Oaks Academy, a school known for nurturing young talents and promoting academic excellence. On the night of May 9, 2021, everything changed for the Bailey family. Tristyn went missing, and what started as a typical morning quickly turned into a nightmare. Her parents, waking up to make breakfast, went to check on their daughter around 10 a.m., only to find that she was gone. Desperate, they reported her missing, and the community, known for its tight-knit nature, rallied together to search for the missing girl. The search quickly expanded, and investigators focused their efforts on a nearby wooded area where Tristyn was last seen. Security footage from the area showed Tristyn walking with Aiden late that night, around 1:15 a.m., near the amenity center of the Durbin Crossing neighborhood. Initially, their walk seemed harmless, but as the hours passed and Aiden was seen leaving the woods alone, police became suspicious. What followed was a rapid series of events that would lead to the shocking discovery of a brutal crime. 3 hours later, Tristyn's body was found near a bushy area by a neighbor who was out for a jog. The sight of the young girl's body, lying in a pool of blood with multiple stab wounds, was horrific. She had been stabbed 114 times, with 49 of the wounds being defensive, suggesting she fought for her life until the very end. It was a murder of cold, calculated violence. Aiden Fucci, who had been one of the last people to see Tristyn alive, was quickly taken into custody for questioning. When investigators arrived at his home and asked him to show them the route he and Tristyn had taken, Fucci's behavior raised further suspicion. Despite his calm demeanor, he was caught taking selfies in the back of a police car with a flippant caption about the situation. This unsettling behavior was just the beginning.
Based on the prior statements that he made to his girlfriend and his friend, he indicated that he was going to kill someone. At which point he determined that it was going to be Tristyn Bailey, I don't know.
During the investigation, it became clear that Fucci had been harboring disturbing thoughts long before the murder. His friends and family told authorities that he had mentioned violent fantasies, expressing a desire to kill someone, and even stated that he would do it in 30 days. His girlfriend described him as numb and emotionless, traits often associated with the behavior of serial killers. Fucci's disaffected and violent tendencies were becoming increasingly apparent. Upon searching his bedroom, authorities found evidence that suggested premeditation. There were satanic drawings, disturbing images of girls with X's on their genitals, and other horrific depictions of violence. His room was a chilling reflection of his mindset, a mindset that would soon be linked to the murder of Tristyn Bailey. As the investigation progressed, authorities searched the nearby lake where Tristyn's body had been discovered. Divers found the murder weapon, a folding knife, its blade broken off in Tristyn's skull. The knife, identified as matching one Fucci had been known to carry, solidified the case against him. The sheer brutality of the crime was evident. 114 stab wounds, many of them inflicted while Tristyn fought to escape, suggested a horrifying level of malice. Fucci's statements during the investigation also pointed to his lack of remorse. He claimed that Tristyn's death was a result of a fight, and he justified his actions by saying that she had grabbed him, leading to the fatal altercation. But the evidence contradicted his claims. The autopsy revealed the savage nature of the attack, and Fucci's previous statements about wanting to kill someone in the woods now seemed to align with the brutal reality of what he had done. As the case moved forward, Fucci's mental state became a point of discussion. During his time in jail, Fucci's behavior seemed increasingly erratic. In a video feed of his pre-trial hearing, he appeared disoriented and confused, rocking back and forth in his seat. He muttered about demons and the loss of his soul, raising questions about whether he was faking mental illness or if he was genuinely suffering from a mental disorder. A forensic psychologist later opined that Fucci's behavior could be indicative of a mental illness, but whether this would affect his trial remained uncertain. The defense, however, had a different angle. Despite the overwhelming evidence against Fucci, including the bloody jeans that his mother tried to wash in an attempt to cover up the crime, the defense team tried to push the narrative that Fucci was a troubled teen who lacked proper support. His mother, Crystal Smith, was even arrested for tampering with evidence after she washed his jeans, trying to remove the bloodstains before investigators could find them. The fact that she had been caught on security footage washing the blood off her son's clothes only added to the public outrage surrounding the case. The public reaction to Tristyn's murder was swift and intense. Social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter were flooded with messages of grief and outrage. Many expressed their disgust toward Aiden Fucci, calling for justice for Tristyn Bailey. But some, disturbingly, sided with Fucci, defending his actions and questioning the motives behind the murder. Fucci's trial became a focal point for the nation as the case drew attention not only for the horrific nature of the crime, but also for Fucci's lack of remorse and the disturbing details surrounding the murder. As the trial date neared, Fucci was tried as an adult despite being only 14 years old at the time of the murder. His charges included first-degree murder, a clear indication that the prosecution was treating this case with the utmost seriousness. When the trial finally began, the prosecution wasted no time presenting the overwhelming evidence against Fucci. The fact that he had openly discussed his desire to kill and that he had specifically targeted Tristyn, leading her into the woods before stabbing her repeatedly, left little room for doubt. His chilling lack of remorse, demonstrated by his behavior during and after the crime, further sealed his fate. Despite his actions and his attempts to portray himself as a confused, disoriented teenager, the jury found Aiden Fucci guilty of first-degree murder. The sentence was harsh: life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Mr. Fucci, having entered a plea of guilty to the crime of first-degree murder, I adjudicate you guilty of the premeditated first-degree murder of Tristyn Bailey. I sentence you to life in prison.
In a powerful moment during the trial, the victim's family addressed Fucci directly. They poured their hearts out, urging the court to hold him accountable for the pain he caused. Their words were a reminder of the devastating impact Fucci's actions had on their lives and the life of their daughter, who was taken so violently and senselessly.
Aiden Fucci, you have destroyed me. You have destroyed my family. You have destroyed Tristyn's friends. You have destroyed the community that we live in.
Tristyn Bailey's family and friends continue to cope with the loss of their daughter, while Aiden Fucci now faces the consequences of his horrific crime. His sentence ensures that he will spend the rest of his life behind bars with no chance for release. The trial has been a reminder of how violence, when driven by unchecked rage and disturbed thoughts, can shatter lives and change communities forever. Aiden Fucci's case has raised significant questions about the mental state of young offenders and the potential for rehabilitation. However, for the Bailey family, the pain of losing their daughter remains an unhealed wound. The justice system has done its part, but no sentence can bring back Tristyn, who was stolen from her family far too soon.